All right, this is Order of Abyss. So it's Maraca, equal to Maracas, and I just don't want to like flood the shit out of this chart. Equal to Maracas, or like slight improvement, are Hasta and Ursine Chain Mace. Those are both upgrades. Roughly equal. Okay? If you don't have any of these weapons, don't have any of these, no Scythe, no Soul Reaper, no Mace, but you have a T-Bow from Chambers, then T-Bow is the next best option. And then you move on. So it's Ink Mace next. Soul Reaper is better than Ink Mace, and Scythe is better than everything else. Scythe is better by quite a bit. Quite a bit. It's 6% better than Soul Reaper. Spec weapons. I think it's a little difficult to calc, but Elder Maul is a big time save. Elder Maul into Burning Claws. So Burning Claws are the second best spec. Elder Maul is the best spec. And I think Burning Claws are going to be better than Dragon Warhammer. It's kind of hard to calc defense strain versus DPS spec, but I'm just going off the time to kill. Burning Claws should be the second best option. BGS now, Elder Maul's straight better than BGS. So equal slight upgrades are Zami Hasta and Ursine Chain Mace, and Bludgeon is an upgrade over those slightly. Slightly. These are all very similar. Maracas are actually very close to Bludgeon, so doesn't matter that much. Until you start getting into actual good weapons, everything's about the same. So do not fang this boss. No, please do not fang this boss. So typical setup is something like this. I would bring Ring of Shadows as well, and then a Book of the Dead. Okay, so these runes, if you see, Lava, Astral, Cosmic, Death. If you pull runes from this, and your items stay on the ground forever, so you just drop 4 items at the entrance to the cave. This gives you Venge and Spellbook Swap with Thrall and Death Charge, all of that, in 2 inventory slots. Reason that's so good is there's a mechanic where Venge nullifies damage. So nullifying damage is good, and we'll get into that. But I think bringing both of these is very worth it. If you want to just camp Venge for lower effort, it's not a huge deal, but this is much faster kills to bring both. So it's 2 lost inventory slots for Thrall and Death Charge, which is pretty worth it. Your best teleport to this boss is the Spider Cave teleport, I think it's called. Right now, those cost like 70k, so we're not doing that. Your second best teleport here is Sepulchre Teleport. This is a shortcut that requires 2 long ropes. You buy long ropes from this store. They're 50k a piece. So you need 2 of those, costs 100k, permanently opens the shortcut. So you go up this wall, down the other side, run to the cave. ALQ? You talking here? I guess that's not terrible. Sleep Boat. Yeah, you could go from Ectophile to Sleep Boat, go here. Fairy Ring's gonna be closer. Get Sepulchre Tellies. You really want those. You really, really, really want those. They're incredibly cheap. Just run some Sepulchre. Very worth. All right, let me go there. When you're running the boss, pre-pot, Stamina, Divine, and Anglers. What is the boss weak to? Okay, we can talk about the boss on the way there. The boss is Giga weak to Crush, and he has a fairly low defense level. He's kind of like Hydra. Giga weak to Crush. The slash defense isn't too bad, so Burning Claws still work. I do have these on slash, right? Yeah. Stab, it's Giga defensive against Stab. So we are crushing the boss. Newspaper tech. Okay, boss is right here. Okay, you don't want to spam Venge because the minions, the mirror backs, will hit you. You want to time it with those. So drop 4. Pull your runes. That's a mage hit. I should have gotten close to the boss first. Okay, just dump your specs. Okay, so this orange is a volley baboon, basically, from Toa. If you pop it directly under the boss, it does 80 damage. Boom. Beautiful. Now, you can also lure that towards the eggs. Okay, this is the same as Olm Acid. So it's just... it lasts a very short amount of time, but if you step under the boss before you attack, you avoid acid damage. Okay, so this one just ranges you. You can basically ignore it. It maxes 15, but it doesn't hit very often. Okay, that's the acid again. So you can see because I didn't step under, I took damage. But now that I stepped under, that prevents the damage there. Okay, this white spider egg, this is the worst one. And this is why we need timing. And we didn't time it because the other mob popped my Venge. But you saw I took 11, 13. It reflects your own damage back at you. But if you Venge at the right time, it avoids that damage completely. So you don't take that. Okay, so when the boss curls up its hands, that's Enrage. Okay, we want to get this under the boss. Okay, so basically, it targets where you were standing when it starts the animation, and it does 3 splats. So you just want to move each time it puts its hands up. and you avoid all damage. It's also why I'm praying ranged, because it can't hit you. So you can just avoid all damage by just praying ranged from the spiders. Sharks. Okay, I'll do another kill. There's different special attacks based on which egg is first. So there's a handful of different specials. You can't actually death charge off the boss, but you can death charge off the eggs. So if you kill a mirror back, that will give you death charge. Okay, so that's going to do 80. Beautiful. This is the same special. So annoying. Okay, one of the things you can do is drag the boss towards the mirror back. Okay, just go onto the boss before each time you attack. Okay. Venge it. So see, I took no damage. Well, I took damage from the ranged Araxxite. But that's the idea. The Venge protects you from that. Okay, this is Enrage. Are you stuck? He gets stuck. Hello? Okay. All right, you don't get your damage if it gets stuck. Good knowledge. That's new. All right, dump the specs. Okay, we have mirror back first. Venge before, and it's gone. Okay, so this is his other special. It just does like a corner with acid. It's very, very easy to avoid. What's the timing on Venge? You just need to Venge before you attack it. You just don't want anything else to pop it. You can Venge as you get the XP drop. That works. Can I believe that Enrage is 250 health, so we've got a ways to go. It's kind of an annoying pattern. This is a mage attack. You have to catch it before the animation starts. So if you see it, you're just tanking a lot of damage. There you go, block that. And there's Enrage. So pray ranged. Zombie Axe is worse than Maracas. So get Maracas if you can. I need to get this explosion in somehow. I don't think that's going to do full damage. Nope, 64. So if it's on the edge of Araxxor, it does less damage. It only gives you the 80 if it's under it. Bludgeon is better, slightly. Not by much, though. Okay, I think the green egg means it'll be the ranged spit attack, so this should be every single special now. Oh, also, the specials are every 3 attacks, and the new spiders every 3 attacks after that. So it alternates. Special, spiders. So this is the ball. It has AoE on each of these splats, so you need to move 2 tiles away, and that's really it. Very easy to dodge. Well, I got rid of 1. Unlucky. I was on the wrong spellbook. Okay, there's that ball attack. I can blow both of those out? Yeah, okay. You can kind of use that to your advantage. Oh yeah, it explodes in acid when you kill it though. Forgot about that. Basically never kill those. So it's red you as soon as the animation starts. So that's what you're looking for. Animation go. All right. That's every special. So that's basically it. That's how you do every single kill. Venge plus Thrall, really, really good. Would recommend. And it's basically just bring your best crush weapon. Bring an Elder Maul if you have. If you don't have that, Burning Claws are really good. Ballista one-shotting. It's worse than just using this because it's slower. Also, you need a range pot to make Ballista work, so I'm not a fan. Elder Maul is good. I thought it was low defense. It's very, very accurate, and it has a ton of health, so draining defense is still quite good. Oh, drop table. We could talk about that. Okay, so Araxxor drops pieces of the halberd, which honestly kind of stinks. It's just a sail door. So it's like a bludgeon. You need 3 pieces to create the halberd. I guess it's worth going in an iron. I don't know how rare it's going to be. So it depends on how rare it is if it's worth going for in an iron. For mains, I don't think anyone's going to care about this. 5-tick sail door though. Yeah, I mean, it's just not very good. I think the one use for halberd is venoming Tormented Demons. It's the only melee weapon that can venom, at least without Serp. By the way, really bad to ignore mirror backs because it reduces your damage against the boss. So you want to kill them. It is not worth leaving them up. You do 25% less damage, which is really bad. Yeah, the one use is melee Inferno. It'll be huge for that. That's like its one thing it can do. New BIS DPS on Jads with melee. So that's nice. Rancor. So Rancor is really good against tanky bosses For example, if you're using it in Tob against Maiden, like fully drained, it's barely any different than Blood Fury. So its uses are against really tanky bosses. You're thinking like CM bosses, that kind of thing. That's when it shines. But against things with 0 defense, it does nothing. It does basically nothing. P2, it's great on P2. It's pretty good on Seg. Anything that's no defense, though, it's not going to be good. Not over Blood Fury. I'm not sure what we're going to do with Coliseum. Coliseum's interesting, because it is quite good there, but you're doing Coliseum. And not having a Blood Fury in Coliseum's really bad. So it might be a switch. You cannot use that at next, no. Tebow is a bit better than Bludgeon, and much, much worse than Mace. So that's where it sits. If you don't happen to have Mace, Soul Reaper Axe, or Scythe, it's your next best option. I don't like the loot system. The loot system is just loot the boss, or you have the option of right-click destroy whatever loot you get, and it's just straight up double pet chance. It just feels really lame to go pet hunting that way. That's like not enjoyable. Maybe they should make it so you get only the rare drops or something. Like I get what they were trying to do, because RS3 has that same system, kind of. RS3 let you see the loot first. So if they're keeping it the way it is, I'd like it if you could still get the rare drops, but that's all I'm asking. Make it more like Zelcano. What's second best after Scythe? Soul Reaper Axe, yeah. Okay, before I loot, we talk about overall thoughts. New Slayer boss, even for the tier of bosses that Slayer bosses are, which is not like high tier, I think this is like somewhere in the middle of existing Slayer bosses. It's not super complex, not super interesting. I think Grotesques are a lot more interesting. I think Serb, honestly, is a better boss fight. It is what it is. It is just a basic Slayer boss. It's not terrible, but I was kind of hoping for more. If I were to change the boss and make it more interesting, I would make it so you have to do something about the ranged spiders. Because right now they have huge negatives for killing them. It spews acid everywhere. It's like, oh, horrible. But you just tank them. So like there's no reason to ever do that. So I would like it to have some maybe if they left a trail of acid behind them or something like that. Something to like make you want to go deal with them. I think as it is right now, just ignoring the spider spawns is basically fine. The only one that's bad is Mirrorback, right? So it's run up, one-shot the Mirrorback, and then get back to killing the boss. The explosive just does damage for you. Cool. And the green ones you can just ignore. So the only one you kill is Mirrorback. There's no reason to do that. The idea was that there'd be some like risk-reward mechanic for killing the eggs or not killing the eggs. Like not killing the eggs was the giga difficult, faster method. But really, you do it the same at any gear setup, any skill level. You're always going to kill it the same way. So maybe I would change that slightly if I was to make this a better boss fight. But yeah, that's it. If they want to keep it the way it is, maybe reduce the Slayer level. If this is like a 75 Slayer boss, then whatever, right? It's the fact it's 92 that it's like not great. That's 70k Slayer XP an hour. That's actually really good. That's in max though. That's very, very good. Honestly, probably worth killing just for the Slayer XP then. 70k is crazy. With bank trips, yeah, a little worse than that. 65k maybe? That's very, very good for a Slayer boss. That's better than any other Slayer boss. Yeah, fair enough. Good XP. Respawn time, it's like 5 seconds. How do you always max it the Mirrorback? As long as you're using a crush-based weapon, so this is primary crush, then it will do max it. So anything that's a primary crush weapon, like bludgeon, maracas, mace, that kind of thing. A scythe will not work because it's primary slash, so. Hydra's only 30k XP an hour for reference. Yeah, this is way better XP. Way, way better XP. Yeah, I think that's my overall thoughts. Okay, that's it. Hopefully this helps you kill the big spider.